Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to be swapping out one of these guys. This is a load cell. This is the basic little instrument or device that you would find in your bathroom scale. This is probably a little bit larger, and this one is a ESP15. So basically what this thing does is, as this thing bends or bows, it will create a resistance on these resistance bands that are up top and on the bottom. So one can either be for pushing, and then this one will pull, and if that one pulls, then this one will push, and it just kind of balances on this fixture setup. So behind this carbon fiber right here is going to be, on the other side of that wall is going to be a tensioner motor, and that tensioner motor is what rocks back and forth and will, based off of the tension that is pulling, they will adjust in pretty much a split second, and they will keep a constant, consistent tension on that fiber length. So over here is the PLC unit, and these segments of these groups, these are basically a group of cards for the bottom, middle, and top rack. The card that we're having an issue with right now is number 24, and you guys can see it's all faulted red. This thing will turn that resistance value into a voltage, and it will feed that voltage value, either positive or negative, to a tensioning motor. And these tensioning motors will either rotate forwards or rotate in reverse based off of the signal that it is getting. So today we have a load cell that has basically gave up the ghost, which is number 24. So I am going to pull that back, and I'm going to have to change the load cell. And after I replace the load cell and mount it on its mounting hardware, I will go to the computer and calibrate it in using the parameters that we have set for it. So first thing I need to do is I'm going to have to fish this cable through out to the actual load cell, and it goes through, you know, this compartment, and then it goes through the square stock where all the framework is mounted. So I'm going to fish this number 24 into here, boys. Let me turn on this light so everybody can see. Alright, so I'm gonna fish 24, and I'm just using a little piece of fish string. Pretty simple job, as long as everything goes smooth. And if things don't go smooth, then that's when you gotta kind of troubleshoot further. So to start, some of the first methods as far as troubleshooting this is, I wanted to determine whether the load cell or the PLC card was bad. So if you guys can see these, this is just like a little pull tab, and if you just pull this little tab, the actual PLC card will slide out, and you can pull these out and change these depending on if these are bad. So one of the parts that I did not get on video was when I pulled 24, load cell 24 and load cell 23 out, and then I just swapped the PLC card. So I swapped 23 for 24, and then I plugged both load cells back in just to see if I had any change in values on the computer screen, and the values still maintained with load cell 24 or in station 24. So that told me that the PLC card is not the issue because they got swapped. That means the problem followed the actual load cell. So we made the determination that the load cell would have to get changed, and that's where we're at now, boys. Caught you up. Okay, so I'm gonna get this little zip tie cut, and we will get this load cell swapped out, boys. So we are right here. Now I'm gonna have to go get some of the local talent around here to pull that cable for me, and I'm gonna feed it through. All right, fellas, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pull this cable through. Hopefully it goes through until I get my orange string. This is kind of a dirty process. I mean, there we go. Take that piece off, and you gotta watch these little square plates, and after I get that off, I will get wheel out. There we go. And then I have to get this little block off. So now we want to get this block off and get all of this hardware transferred on to the new one. So this is the old load cell. That is no good, boys. Yeah, so here he is. This guy's probably put in his share of work, and that is it. Usually when they go bad, this resistance pad breaks, but they could go bad for whatever reason, mainly in this little connector cord right here. So I am gonna get my new load cell wire tethered onto that string. All right, go ahead and pull it. All right, here we go. Now we're moving. All right, boys, so now I can fixture up this station. It's getting this carbon fiber everywhere, but that is to be expected. So I'm gonna have to put my little block on here. You know what, let me do it this way. Let me keep my writing that way. There we go. Put the block. Let me get this screwed in. All right, there it is, boys. So there we got 2 mistakes now. I forgot to put the the lock nut, and then I put the little plate on backwards. So there you go. That's real life, fellas. Hey, if you boys are out there are doing it absolutely flawless, hey, more power to you. I am all for that. But don't hate when you know, we make stupid little mistakes over here. All right, let's get that thing just nice and snug. Now let's put this spacer plate back on. Booyah, there it is. And then we will get this plate with its other spacer in here, boys. Getting them. All right, here we go, boys. So that is in there. So let me go ahead and run the fiber. All right, so that is the path of the fiber. There it is. So now let me go pin this guy out. So I'm gonna start pinning this out, fellas. So it looks like I will be using, I'll probably use some greens. Let's go with the green, boys. So I will pin out my ground. Go and pin my ground out. All right, nice. And then I will pin out my white and my green, because the black and the red are gonna have a jumper. So I gotta go make a jumper for the black and the red. So let me strip, and after I strip, I will pin out my white and my green. So I brought my other set of wire strippers. So this ranges from 18 gauge to 26 gauge, boys. These were the ones that I very rarely use. Don't use that often. So I think this is about 20 gauge, maybe 20 gauge wire. Let's try 24 gauge, boys, or at least 24 worked. So this is some 24 gauge wire, fellas. All right, and then we'll start to input them into the PLC, and then we'll get this all wrapped up, and bada bing bada boom, we're back in business. I hope, boys, I hope. All right, so let me hit my ground wire first, and then we will hit my green. Let's hit the green first because those are signals, and we'll do the power last. We'll hit the green wire, which is a signal cable. There we go. And then we will hit my white wire, which goes up here. There it is. And then I will hit my black wire, which goes here. Okay. And I will hit my red wire, which goes here, fellas. There it is. And then I will move my red up here, put that in, and my black here, put that in. And there we are, fellas. Now, before we move any further, let me go ahead and see if this guy will tune and calibrate, and then I will proceed to button all this up for you, and we get out of here, boys. Yeah, so we use a 10-pound weight for our reference weight, and that is the weight that is our base weight to set our load cell. So I got my fiber ready to load, ready to go. So here we are at the computer. So let's go ahead and reset that e-stop, and I'm gonna open up the program, and I will open up my calibration tab, and we will be setting number 24. We're already there. So we'll begin to set our 0 weight, which is we'll tune and calibrate with no weight, and we will calibrate 0, and then it's asking for our tension weight. So let's go ahead and put that 10-pound weight on there, and we will be head back over here. So I use this roller wheel, and I will place the 10-pound weight on the little knot that I tied, let that hang there, and now we're putting tension on those resistors, and we will calibrate that and have the computer memorize that weight in the system, and then proceed from there. All right, back at the computer. So we will hit our cal full button to calibrate. All right, and then we will close the program. Then we will go to our tension tab and look at our load cell number 24 right here, and it's showing 10 pounds of weight. So that is perfect. So now let's go remove the 10 pounds and ensure that this load cell goes to 0. All right, boys, we're back. So I went and I removed the weight, and sure enough, if you guys can see that, number 24, we're at 0.02, negative 0.0. So we are looking beautiful. So the issue was that before, on that old load cell that we just removed, this weight was showing a weight of about 2.5 pounds when there's literally nothing on the load cell. So something must have messed up in the resistors for it to be reading a kind of like phantom values. So there it is, boys. So the last thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and set a tension on it, and then we will use a pull tester to go ahead and verify that our values are correct. So I'm just gonna unwind because we are getting ready to test our values. So I will unwind that. I will place my loop on a stationed area. I will pull back the slack in my tensioner motor, and I will set a target value and command or call for tension. So my target value right now is going to be 1.5 pounds, and I will set tension. I will verify that right here on load cell number 24 it comes into 1.5 pounds, and there we are, boys. We are showing a target or a set point of 1.5, and we are showing an actual value of 1.5. Now I will use the third layer of testing. I will use a strain gauge to verify that the value is actually 1.5 at the unit. So this line will have tension on it now. So I am going to and set, and it looks like we are about 1.5, 1.6, boys. All right, now that is looking good. So now we'll set my second value of confirmation, which is 5 pounds. Set that value, and let's confirm that that 5 pound value is good. And there we are, 4.9, 4.9. It's looking good. It's within our tolerance, so we are good. All right, boys, that is it. That is tuning and calibrating and repairing and changing and replacing a load cell. So that will be it. So I'll go ahead and pull the plug on this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and all the people who have subscribed. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button, fellas. And I hope you guys got a little something out of this on some tuning, calibration, and stuff like that. I will see you on the next one, fellas. Later.